Wicked, 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 wicked. Wicked tones, you know.
So we're gonna do chest today because fucking everyone seems to be so baffled by it, especially when I explain it. It's just like, not everybody. The whole thought with people is like, the prevailing issue with people on chest is that they can't, they're good here, but they can't hold this frame or this tension coming down. It's just like, get it here and then and push, right? It's like all these, the tempo's gone and there's nothing, people aren't understanding it. Like when I did the video explaining about chest lift and like retraction and shoulders, like a good percentage of people understood it, but then there's people writing me, they're like, this guy, I don't even know what this guy's talking about. It's like going over their head.
Really?
It's like, how are you not comprehending that as an individual when the other people in there are? That shows me how far gone you are in terms of like your like working out IQ. Let's call it from now on, instead of saying people are stupid or whatever.
I like that.
It's like your workout IQ is very low because you can't even comprehend what I'm talking about. Like I don't even think they know what I'm speaking about. Like I'm obviously talking about pressing and chest press and everything like that, but when I'm talking, it's like those people just hear white noise, like it's like they just go deaf. Like,
Yeah.
what do you mean? Like, why do I have to do all this stuff? It's just to push the thing away and then push it back away. And it's like, if you're having a hard time comprehending these really basic things, there's a reason why your physique is probably where it's at, your ability and your skill level is probably where it's at, because you're not taking the time to really like get into the finer nuances of lifting and like what it takes to really stimulate and target a muscle. It's like you see me doing this now, it's just arms going around, arms going back out, arms going around, arms. It's like, no, man, there's a lot more that goes into it than that. And there's years of experience in knowing like where exactly to lock down so that I can just move that weight like it looks like I'm just moving that weight. But there's a lot of these people, I had this, maybe I'll do it over here. I had this like discussion with someone online yesterday about, I wanted to make a point of this too, is like people do this chest press thing. So I don't know, everyone sees people do this. They squeeze the plate here and then they flex it out. Like they literally flex out here and they think like, this is hitting my inner chest. Like, guys and girls, that is like caveman level bodybuilding. So like, I lay there and I push this out. Of course it does. Do you know why you're feeling your chest on that? Because look at my side view. I'm doing this. So I'm rocking my shoulders back and I'm pushing my hands out in front of me, which is what you should be doing on every press. So you only feel that because you're finally doing something movement-wise that's efficient in terms of pressing. Because you can't move the dumbbell here without it falling offline, or like you unconnecting with your pec. So I can't go here and go, oh yeah, my chest is really pumping. Like nothing's happening in my chest. But if I do this and I push out here, that's exactly the motion you should be pressing. And you're wondering like, this miraculous lift has somehow made me hit my inner chest. It's like, no, it's just, you're finally moving properly. So something's happening with a whole 10 pounds or 25 pounds, because you can't do more than that on that. Like you can't hold 2 plates and do this. So, but I don't even know if I can demonstrate it like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Like this also seated sideways. I can't even do it here. Where did they put that incline press that was here? They took it?
On the other side?
I don't know where the fuck I went. I could probably do it with this. So even people, they try to get these chest hacks where it's like, oh, I'm gonna sit on one side and I'm really gonna isolate my pec and I'm gonna push out through. Like this isn't the machine for it, but I just don't feel like wandering around or validating what you're doing by showing you on a machine that you actually do it on, because it's just so fucking stupid. Like Like the fact that you think because now there's less stretch, here's more stretch, here's less. So I'm not even engaged in pec, I'm not even engaged in sternum. You think just by squeezing your arm across because you get your pec to flex on this angle at the very top, that you're like, oh yeah, I got a crazy pump here. Well, it's like, yeah, you tricep pressed it out and then squeezed your pec in here. So it's about as beneficial as me standing here and going like this and flexing my pec and getting that sensation, right? So you want to do a movement in order to hit inner pec properly, which is what we're doing, trying to do on every movement. We're not just trying to hit, we're not trying to hit certain regions of the pec. Even if I'm trying to hit lower pec, I'm still going to get upper, mid, outer. I'm trying to hit my whole pec. Stop thinking about your pecs as all these different pieces that you are so, your level of working out is just so insane that you can just target like minute little fibers in the chest and you're so fucking into it, right? Meanwhile, like your chest is concave or it's completely flat, but you found all these secret angles. Oh, this is the missing piece. It's like, no, because this open up here is stretching my chest. My shoulders are rolled back. If I drive out of here, you can see that I grab from outer pec and I squeeze to mid. So this feeling you're getting here, I've got here now with both sides and with two times the weight. So I'm getting more of a stretch, more tension driving through here. Plus I can also lock out in this space just as well as you people that do this crap and think like, oh, I'm here and I'm squeezing. It's like,
It's almost like relaxing.
it's just so stupid. Like, I don't mean to like, I'm obviously not talking about anyone specific because this happens in every gym and people watching this can be like, yep, I've seen that, that's stupid. Or I've tried that and that was like the dumbest thing I ever tried. I wondered why I even tried it because so-and-so did it and I thought like, oh, I'll try it. And then I did and I was like, oh, I'm really reaching on this one to think that this is connecting for me, right? Like I just want it to happen so bad, I think I'm feeling something. It's like, but just, that's what I'm saying, if you master the basics of pressing and understand the movement of pressing, rocking back through things and rocking forward, you don't need to do all this funky shit. You can do it if you really feel like you connect that well and it's like causing some 1% greater activation of chest fibers. I don't know how you would come up with that, but it's like I'd rather be able to like press properly and move through proper weight and get my whole pec to work than to just be like, oh yeah, I'm working like specifically my outer pec today. It's like, bro, you're 160 pounds. Like your whole chest needs work. If you can't hold this tension here and this happens all the time, you getting in a position where that can't happen is a good idea, don't get me wrong, where you can keep your shoulder back, but let's just drive out on hands and push here instead of trying to fold ourselves into a position where I'm gonna like tuck my shoulder down and I'm gonna be able to push out through. Because this tuck down here and driving across is the same as this, pushing forward, boom. We're trying to get this tucked down shoulder, rolled back shoulder, pushing across my body to my midline of my pec. That's all that is. Like, I can't, like, it's mind blowing to me. People watch these and they're like, he's so mad. It's like, I'm not mad at all. Like, this is how I talk. If you saw me on the street and you brought up something so stupid or asked me my opinion on something so stupid, the reaction would be the same. Like, I don't have this fake positivity button that I flick for fucking social media where like all these fucking guys on there and girls on there like, hey guys, welcome to my thing and try this for upper pec. And like, it's like all these people are duping you guys. Like they have very little knowledge, very little experience. And it's just this fake positivity and like over the top, like squeaky, like, let's support everybody in their journey. It's like, that's all well and good. But like there's some people out there who really want to get better at working out and don't want to see that shit. Like, can't tell you how many people tag like this same theme of like, because people perceive me to be a little harsh in what I'm saying or how I'm coming across, but I'm just being honest and just being truthful about what needs to be done through my eyes. And then they tag, like, I don't even want to say the people's names because I don't want to give them any fucking shine. But it's like they tag these people like, so-and-so, get this guy. Or so-and-so, like, let's hear it what you got to think, so-and-so. Like, and that person's probably watching and being like, no, I hear what he's saying. Like, yeah, I'm fake positivity person. Like, fucking center yourself and sage your fucking environment. But like, yeah, I hear what he's saying because it pisses me off too. Just everybody's so scared to have an opinion of like stuff that bothers them nowadays. Or like I can't, if you do that, like you're negative, man, center yourself. It's like, all you trolls online saying that shit, you're trolling online.
Yeah.
You're not positive at all. You're not helpful in any way. Yet you're telling someone online, whether it's me or someone else you're critiquing, that we should fit into the mold of you, the clown on the computer, taking the time out of their day to fucking this guy. It's like, your life is so bad already, I don't have to say anything. Like, you're good. I can't make it worse. I love how gyms become ghost towns in the summer. It's like, I gotta be on a patio, man. Fuck. It's like my personal hell to sit on a patio. I don't think there's like many guys my size out there, or even guys with lots of muscle, even girls, who enjoy baking in the sun and sitting on the sun. You're like trapping you gotta trap your menu down, your napkins, fucking wind's blowing. There's bugs and shit, like you can't escape the sun. You wanna go to a patio? Nope. You wanna go inside and eat? Outside covered patio with a fan above me, I'll go all day, but that's about it. Cover that fucker up.
How about the beach?
Oh, I'll go to the beach. Well, there I know I'm supposed to be hot. I want to be hot. I'm going to the beach. I don't want to do that when I'm fucking trying to eat some fucking mozzarella sticks. Wicked brand mozzarella sticks coming soon. Your local grocery store. When the mozz sticks dropping. This extra fly isn't this like any fly like this, pec deck, whatever you want to call it. It's like everyone can't get it out of their mind that the handles don't need to hit. You ever notice that? Like, even if it gets hard, they gotta like you try and like clap those hands together. It's like you're so far from being on your chest at that point. But I guess you won the game of can you get your hands close together. It's even if they do the plate chest press, not everyone does it standing. Some guys do it like laying on the bench. It's the same thing. That rocking and throwing motion is literally this motion. Up, up. Look at that inner chest. Yeah, you might not be able to hold it there because it's over 200 pounds, but you know, we're still gonna get it. Something doesn't have to be maximally contracted. I don't need to maximally contract my chest for it to stimulate. Like, if you guys think that like these extremes of like relax to squeeze is the only way that you're knowing you're lifting weights, it's like I said before, this elasticity feeling of the muscle and understanding that it's opening and breathing and closing and the body's moving around it. That's what you're trying to get. It's not about like, oh, I did pec deck and I did fucking 145 pounds and I smashed my hands together every time. I'm wondering why my shoulder's hurting right now. But at least I did that. I'm trying to grab my pecs, so I'm pushing down through my lats and pushing my hands through my pec. So it's the same as if I was doing a most muscular on a shot on a stage. I'm trying to come around my chest and flex through here. I'm not trying to go. You see these guys, my favorite is the guys who hit most musculars, and they're like, it's like, God bless them, because they've all done it. Like, not like we were all like massive monster dudes or something, but it's like they hit like they'll be like this, and they'll be like, and the head goes up and the shoulders go here. And it's like this, I don't know what the fuck that is. Like, it's like, you've seen it? It's like, it's like, what the fuck? I think I just hurt my neck doing that. It's like, you have to understand nothing's happening. If you were the Incredible Hulk and like 10 feet tall and you're, it's like, yeah, something's happening, man. But you're just like, even if I do it, it looks stupid as shit. Like you gotta have a certain level of, certain muscle density level to be able to pull off doing this kind of shit. Like, it's like the original Most Muscular. That's like how Arnold used to hit it. Like, he'd like drop his shoulders and be like this, right? Like, he's almost showing more arm than he did want to show chest. That's my favorite shot though. Or guys that like, everyone's gonna think I'm shitting on them. It's just fucking funny shit. So then you go to the shows and you see like guys trying to do like the quad stomp, like Cutler, like poof, like this stuff. It's like, what? You don't have, I don't have Jay's legs. I never did. You probably don't either. Don't do this and fucking, like nothing happened. You just stomped your foot. You look like you're having a temper tantrum on stage. So we busted people's balls about holding the chest, holding the plate and doing that. So there's other ways now we'll be constructive and show people some alternatives. So apparently I need to, like, if I'm gonna shit on people, I have to show them different things to do. Like, so they don't get shit on or can do things better. But it's like here, so if I'm gonna be here, imagine this is just you holding that plate wider. So it's like me sitting here and holding this plate here. I'm a little wider, obviously, but I'm still here in this rolled position. And I'm gonna push back and out. I'm gonna lift up. So my chest is gonna raise, right? So you can still have that same feeling here where I'm gonna get up above my press. I'm gonna move up and I'm gonna push through. And as you can see, I'm hitting inner. Like, I can lock out on tricep and lock out on lat. I'm not locking out on shoulder. My back shouldn't come off the bench. My shoulders shouldn't come off the bench. It's just pressing to the middle and pushing myself away. So my shoulder rolls down and back, rolls here, and pushes through. So I'm always catching, pushing. You'll be able to get a lot more chest squeeze on a press like this. You can do this on any press where the handles converge. So they're kind of opening and closing, diverging and converging into the middle, right? Don't try and do it on some of like the hammer strength and light fitnesses where the presses kind of just like are in no man's land. If you're gonna do it on those, a lot of people are smart and some of those things have hoops, or they have like something to press on. You can put a smaller bar in between the middle, and you can put the bar across the middle and press the middle, because that's still gonna drive you towards the middle, right? People, like even me, I'm in the world of showing, like talking about working out and promoting movement and all this stuff, but the simple fact of the matter is this sport is super boring and super monotonous. And the people who do the best at it are the ones that like that. So if you're someone that's constantly needs to be stimulated, has to have like, oh, now I do this pullover with with my big toe in the air and my fucking middle finger up and I pull over. It's like, this is going to elicit more of a pump in my latissimus dorsi. It's like, if you want to be that technical about everything, like, why don't you just get really good at what needed to be good at, like the basics, right? Working out will become more fun because you're going to be really good at the basics, and you can do little wrinkles or little adjustments off the basics that can pretty much change any exercise, right? So even on this, if I wanted to get more lower pec, even though I'm getting a whole bunch now, I would just raise my seat up and I would accommodate the change in height and be pressing down through my chest more, getting up even higher. If I want to hit more upper, I'll lower the seat and I'll follow the same path, the same mechanics of the press of falling away from things and lifting up, right? So these little adjustments, you don't need to be like, oh, well, I did this for mid-pec, whatever, mid-pec. It's like you can stay here and you can drop the seat 2 notches, so your level changes, and you can hit more upper, because you're going to be coming way higher around your shoulders. It's not going to be a press that's up. It's going to be more of a press that's into the middle, kind of slamming everything up into your throat, right? The ability to train smarter and to have these little adjustments that make huge differences come off knowing the basics. You don't need to be like, oh, I did this, now I got to run over there and grab a plate, and this is for my inner pec. And this is like, and then I'm going to sit sideways in the chest press, and I'm going to push across. That's for my outer upper. So you can do all that here. People think that they have to keep reinventing these things. Like your body has no comprehension. Like, it doesn't know this machine. It knows the path of movement you take on it. It understands the line of movement if you do it very often. So it understands how to be more efficient in doing that, just like it does with any exercise or movement you learn, whether it's footwork in a sport, or the action of throwing, or like anything to do with any type of movement that needs to be repetitive or like understood and learned. So it's like you don't need to worry about doing all this other shit. Your chest isn't, they're not working out, and then your brain and your chest are talking, be like, we need to do the thing. It's not enough. Like, what about the plate thing? Or it's just like, it knows tension. How much tension, how much stress can you put it under without causing something bad to happen, and then get the fuck out of the gym? So if you want to do 20 sets here, because this is feeling great one day, and you're just connecting like crazy, you're moving the seat, you'd maybe do 3-4 sets at a low setting, 3-4 sets at a higher setting, play with it. You end up make 20 total sets on one machine. Especially people who have like garage gyms or gyms with like not that much equipment, so you kind of like, you pick what you're good at and really exploit it. Don't think, oh, well, I did my 3 sets there, I got to move on to the other chest thing. It's like, who told you that? You made that up. You didn't make it up. You got that impression from someone who told you, like, oh, this is the way to do it. But like, they just don't have an imagination or a fucking intelligent bone in their body. This got heavy. I'm gonna shut up. Because people want you gotta keep tuning in. My goal isn't to show people like, yeah, it's to show them new exercises that I think help, but they're kind of based out of older exercises. They're just doing older exercises in a new method, a new way, a new style of movement, right? So I'm not reinventing things, I'm not making stuff up in here. It's not like groundbreaking, like, oh, I've never seen this, I've never seen a chest press done that way. So, but these people will tell you need to do 20 different exercises to elicit growth in your chest because you've got to like confuse it. It's like when a football player, it's translated to another sport so it makes sense to people. If a football player, like, you go to your position coach when you get to practice, so say you're like a linebacker, there's footwork drills you do. There's footwork drills you do from the time you're this big to the time you're in the NFL. It just becomes second nature. This, like, in the holes, 2 feet, stepping over. They don't just come in one day and be like, you know what, guys, today we're gonna do this with like a 100-pound sandbag on our back while holding 4 grocery bags, like, just to fucking really confuse the body. It's like, no, you want to become efficient at those like basics so that everything comes off of it. So these guys understand, they do their footwork, whether it's like in and out of the ropes, over pylons, whatever it might be, over bags, so that when they go to like doing their drills that are kind of dynamic or new, that foundation is there. So all that little footwork drill you did is still in the footwork drill you're doing for your movement, and like maybe you're covering a guy, you're moving, it's all the footwork you were doing, but you don't notice that you're doing it, right? So it's the same with bodybuilding. Find the stuff that makes you most efficient in your lifting, helps you, the lifts that feel you connect the most on your chest, you connect the most on your tricep, your back, whatever it is, and exploit those lifts. And exploiting them doesn't mean like, oh, take them to the max and as heavy as they can go. It's like, no, just like keep finding new little wrinkles to make it even better. Make it like, I feel this even more. I went down the seat 1 notch that time, I felt even better. or like I changed my hand position. I was usually about here. I kind of moved about an inch out, and I was able to really relax my shoulders down and get more lift in my chest. These are the little nuances that need to be changed in people's lifting. Not like, oh, we're gonna go do this exercise and that exercise, and then we're gonna run over here and do this, and all these exercises are gonna make your chest grow, even though you don't know how to do any of them efficiently. It's like, sometimes I'll do the different clients and stuff. I'll do like if they're, my shoulder kind of gets tired near the end from doing a lot of pressing. So I'll just do these kind of like static holds where like I'll pump like a handful of reps to get a rhythm, and then it'll just be like a stick. And then control the drop, stick. I'm just over flexing and really locking out in the strongest part of the lift, but keeping it on my pec. So I'm just not beating my shoulder up anymore, but I'm really getting that like crazy contraction at the top where I'm over flexing, where I haven't been there for most of the workout. So I'm just holding in that like top contraction point.
Would you do this with heavy weight, not that?
No. I mean, should be a weight that's manageable, understanding that you're gonna have to like be able to lock out and maintain. I mean, there's people a lot stronger than me out there, so if you're strong, go for it. Just think about like, it's understanding that most of the workout has been like this rocking out of depth, and really understanding like the extremes of the negative, right? So we haven't been on the presses on the other side too. It was like more like we rocked and we're out. We didn't really get like a stick. We were like forcing the contraction to hold and like an iso hold almost for a second. Some people do it like we do it with legs, where people will do wall sits before the set or like mid set or after set, whatever, just to kind of like really lock, get that muscle firing like crazy. It's just another way of doing that and causing more contraction, getting more blood to the muscle. Tag your friends. Tag your friends. Try this in your next workout. A lot of people rush out of the negative on this. So if I come up here, I'm gonna hold my negative to get a little raise in my elbow, and like I wanna almost feel my bicep flexing so I can squeeze through. I don't just wanna be, because that's when I start losing rhythm, right? So if I collapse every time and I squeeze, it allows me to drive down through the cable, rocking. So don't be like this rapid fire. Feel like the weight goes up and settles, and then it drops back out. Settles, drops back out. That kind of rhythm visually, right? People will be surprised how much doing little stuff like that and being aware of your tempo on lifts will like really make massive changes in everything you're doing. You don't need to like, it's not like some guy's style is better than this guy's style. It's you understanding tempo and how fast you should be moving in different areas of the lift, and really being able to ride that tension and control it, right? If you start to master that, you're ahead of 85% of the people out there. They have no clue. It's the same thing here. Everyone you guys see doing this is, it's like just get enough momentum to shove this thing. It's like, no, I want to be able to just come off, like get off this stack and relax. So I should be able to sink through and then hold that negative, relaxing. So if most guys only come to here, I want to come here, drive again. I don't want to do this shortening of my negative. I'll do this because I can't do barbell. So the easiest way to feel people, I either start people down here on their shoulders so their arms completely flexed, and they can just rock, so they can rock those elbows back and then fire. So they're coming to full depth and relaxing, squeeze up. It's not that, it's up. So I'm trying to stamp the ceiling with the top of this dumbbell. Just trying to push out, fall right to the line I'm on. Up. The more that you let that negative sink and relax, the more drive you're gonna get out of the bottom from the tricep.
Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel, guys. Today I am going to make a new video, so please Saraka, whatever. Please, I want to reach 1 million likes. So please, sarapakara. Yes. Okay, thank you.